Do you know that most fitness studios and gyms die within 3 years of their opening because they can't attract enough members? Today, we're going to uncover 12 different strategies that you can use for free or with very little money to attract more members for your gym or fitness studio and do so consistently. We're not going to talk about gimmicks and hacks or one-trick ponies where you just advertise to attract local leads, sell them a high-ticket program, and then hope that goodwill and the referrals are going to come later down the line to only get those members quit after a month or two. We're talking about long-term strategies that are going to require some time commitment on your end to set them up once, but then are going to work for you for a long term, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line. You're going to be able to reap the benefits of the work you put in today. All the strategies are battle tested by either me in one of my gym locations or with our partners where we've tested in more than 15 markets what works, what doesn't, and what gives you best bang for your buck. It's going to be a quite technical tutorial. We're going to go over a lot of things. Hopefully I'll keep it within 90 minutes because I want to go in depth. I'm not just going to give you high level overview. I'm going to give you tactical stuff that you can start implementing today. And if you decide that you want to partner with us, leverage AI and some systems and automations to take some of those tasks out of your plate as a gym owner, you can reach out to us. The link's going to be down below and let's dive in. So what we're going to be covering today is the ultimate marketing and growth blueprint for gyms, where we are going to cover 12 free and some paid strategies that you can use today starting to grow your studio. There's going to be a link below. You can watch the video. There's going to be a link to the white paper as well in case you want to read it at your own pace. But first things first, you got to understand that the market has changed and no longer you can rely on a single strategy such as Facebook advertising for your lead generation or referral partners. You got to build a complete funnel and a system where you attract members from multiple touch points, because first, having a content system, advertising system, partner system allows you to improve every single aspect of the lead generation. So that's why today we're going to cover multiple components that all work with each other, and it's not the silver bullet. It's rather incremental improvements that stack up on top of each other and bring you consistent lead generation. There's also the yearly component of running a gym, meaning sometimes some strategies work better than others depending on the time of the year. So that's why you want to always have multiple strategies running. Because let's say you're running Facebook ads as a primary source for lead generation right now. If Facebook shuts down your account, what happens is you dry up your leads and you're just a few short months away from going out of business. Let's, for example, say that the ad costs go up because of the election. You again are facing a problem for your business. Same goes for just relying on organic traffic or just on referral partners. You got to have multiple systems in place, and that's why we've prepared a funnel that we're going to cover here, multiple components. But today we're going to specifically talk about the lead generation. I'm going to give you high-level overview as well as some tactical things that you can start implementing today. And then in the future videos, I'm going to break down each component and go in more granular detail and give you practical examples of how you can do them. Having a gym is super important, and you got to corner, as you've cornered your local piece of real estate where you're located, you got to also have an optimized website so you cover also your digital real estate, so when people search you locally they can find you. So we're going to cover that. We're going to cover the mobile strategy for collecting leads, how to set up your website and digital real estate in a way to attract more leads. We're going to talk about Google SEO and how to make sure you attract traffic organically. We're going to talk about local SEO and more specifically Google My Business. We're going to talk about the different social media channels and how you can utilize them to grow your facility. We're going to talk about a weekly newsletter, how to set up one, and what are some best practices and how you can get started with it. We're going to talk about Facebook and Instagram advertising. This is the bread and butter, and a lot of gym programs have massively promoted this as the go-to solution for growing your gym. It is just a little part of the puzzle. We're not heavily relying on it as it's a strategy that requires some capital up front, and it's not very consistent, meaning you advertise, you bring people in, but then as you stop, the leads dry up. So we're going to include it in the mix, but it's not going to be the core focus. Then we're going to look at the local celebrity formula for branding and how to strategically design content pieces that make you a local celebrity in your area, how to position yourself as such authority, and how to do it cost effectively as well. Then we're going to talk about Google Ads, how to attract people that are searching for your gym or gym services specifically in the area and show on top of the results. We're going to then look at secondary websites and how to corner specific solutions within your area of services that you provide. For example, personal training, boot camps, challenges, weight loss challenges, whatever is the case. Then we're going to look at texting and SMS marketing and how you can do database reactivation, because this is one of the most cost-effective ways to get more members for your gym or reactivate old members and bring them back. And this is something that we do as a service for our partners. Then we're going to look at website texting and how to set up your website in a way where we make it easily accessible. And then I'm also going to add a few bonus strategies. I told you I'm going to do 12. We're going to actually do 15 because I'm feeling generous today. We're going to cover also referral marketing and internal campaigns, how you can run them, what exactly you can do. Then we're going to look at local partnerships and how you can establish symbiotic relationships with adjacent businesses within the area so you can feed each other business and send members. Then we're going to look at loyalty and reward points programs and how you can incentivize your members to be part of those and ultimately refer you more members. So without further ado, let's dive into the first one. My name is Krastev, and I've been a multi-location gym owner with a decade of experience in marketing. This is my bread and butter. This is what I love, sales and marketing. And I've been helping other health and fitness businesses grow over the past 6 years. I've had the privilege to share some of the strategies and tactics with hundreds of coaches. And just like many of you, I've been in the industry for over a decade as well. I started as a personal trainer, went on to do a men's physique competition to increase my branding and visibility and ultimately get a job. And then from there on, the rest is history. As I started working with Clients 101, I got capped and I decided that the natural next evolution would be to start on my own. And after having my fancy degree in marketing, I thought that I have all the necessary skills to be self-sufficient, and I opened my very first location. And then hard reality hit me. After spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, I realized that members are not just going to magically show up, and I had to run my classes for weeks and even months with just a handful of members, and most of them being my coaches, before I realized that I heavily need to spend time learning marketing and sales, and more specifically strategies that are applicable to growing my business today. So everything that I'm going to be sharing today is battle tested, because these strategies are things that we've used personally to scale our locations, to get hundreds of members, organize fit retreats, to really thrive as a health and fitness business. And I was lucky enough to exit my business, sell it to a strategic buyer earlier this year. So now I'm publicly sharing the different strategies, tools, tactics, and the new trends that I see in the fitness industry, so you can start implementing them today for your studio. I've tested these strategies, like I said, and I've even been featured on TV and different media news outlets. I know what I am sharing works. Hopefully I'm not boring you to death with that information. I'm just giving you the confidence so you know that I've walked the walk, I faced the struggles, I've been there of switching on the lights and having an empty studio, an empty calendar, and wondering what I'm gonna do. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. First and most important thing for your online presence, for lead generation, for having more members, is to have your website set up in a specific way. So having a local website is, like I said, having a digital real estate piece where your website serves as a business card. And it is important to set up your website in a way where you can attract more members. What I see as a mistake is that most people just put together a website that looks nice and then just slap some images, leave it there and never change and update anything for years to come. And they're usually getting a couple of members a month for it, but nothing substantial. And they don't realize there's thousands of people that are locally already searching for a gym in the area, looking for your specific services. So you could be that provider if you just position yourself to attract that traffic, to be in the middle of it and become that go-to gym in the area. So first, when you want to optimize your website, it's not about looking at templates and designs and the aesthetics. We have to actually start with a solid keyword research. And the way we do that is through a couple of tools. So our strategy is primarily optimized for the search intent of the user. Most people are going to be looking for gym near me, best fitness classes in whatever is your city, personal training in whatever is your city, weight loss programs in the city. So you want to make sure that you understand the landscape and how competitive it is. And for that, you can use tools such as Keyword Planner, Google Keyword Planner, and Ahrefs. These tools allow you to check and identify high volume, low competition keywords that are relevant to your gym services, so you can set yourself up and rank for those keywords. Make sure you include different variations. For example, fitness center in your city, yoga class in your city, personal trainer in your neighborhood, even like long tail keywords. For example, women's only gym in whatever is your neighborhood. So by making a list, you ideally want to make a list of 100 of those keywords and rank them by search volume, and want to make sure you see how much is the volume for each word, how many average monthly searches you have, and then what is the competition of those. You want to make sure you start with low competition to the medium, and then last you would go after the high competition ones. Why? Because it takes some content and time to rank for the higher and more competitive keywords, but this will give you a structure that you can base your website off of now. Then we move on to the second step, which is your on-page SEO, and that is dictated by the structure and content you're publishing. So the on-page SEO refers to optimizing individual pages on your website to rank higher and earn more relevant traffic. And here's some of the most critical things to face as an on-page elements for your website. And I'm using an example here of a fitness website in Boca Raton that is ranking #1 for their keyword. And as you can see, they have multiple pages that are optimized to attract members in the area. As you can see, they have the free trial pass, they have about us, and they have Boca Stretch Therapy, they have class schedules, they have CrossFit East Boca, they have facilities, they have free personal training session, location, photos, promotions, the spin studio, pricing, techno gym, and employment. So they pretty much covered every single thing that somebody in the area might search, and they've ranked it in a category, and then they have a subcategory within each one. So the most important thing on your website is having the title tags and meta descriptions. The title tag is how you label each page. This is the headline of each page, and usually to be ranking for one of the keywords that we've already compiled from our research, you would be looking to label your pages, for example, as the best gym in Boca Raton, personal training and group classes, and then you would have page relevant to those. Then the meta descriptions, these could be concise yet compelling. They summarize what the page is all about. They include your main keyword. For example, looking for the best gym in Boca Raton, join our fitness center offering personal training, group classes, and state-of-the-art facilities. So now when somebody looks on Google, that's what they see, so they're more prompted to click and navigate to your website. Now the next step to rank is the actual header tags, which are the headlines within your page. So headline would be, for example, the on-page SEO is a headline. H2 head tag is what you see here as A, B, C, and then you have the subheadings, which could be the bullet points. So that's why you want to label your website just like I'm labeling this document here. So first, it's easier to read and crawled by Google so they understand what the page is all about and if it's relevant to the user. So the header tags, you want to make sure that each page would have a single H1 tag, which header 1 tag, that includes the primary keywords. So for example, top rated gym in Boca Raton, your path to fitness starts here. And the subheadings usually break down the content into digestible sections. And by using the H2 and H3 tags with the secondary related keywords such as personal training, group fitness classes, and membership options, and you can list them down and then describe them later on. So they're easily traceable. Now, the next thing is keyword placement and content length. For the content strategy for every core service, ensure that you have a detailed article explaining what exactly it is. So we want to make sure we cover personal training, group classes, weight loss challenges, whatever you have as a service that you're providing, and you have a dedicated page for it. The content should be at least 1,000 words per service page and naturally include your primary and related keywords without stuffing. The great thing is now there's tools that allow you to create content at scale, and this is something we do for our clients with the help of AI. We analyze everything that's happening on your website currently, what are the hidden opportunities, and we create a content plan that they can implement using artificial intelligence and a bit of a human touch to create a compelling plan to attract more members locally. So you can use ChatGPT for that. Make sure you run all the copy through a plagiarism check just to make sure that it's not copyrighted. And for local content, make sure you include also location specific information such as landmarks, neighborhoods, or events that it has the local reference. For example, our gym is located just 5 minutes away from Central Park. This could be an example of a way that once the platform scan your website, they would know that because you mentioned Central Park, you would be in a central area of New York. Also, make sure you include Google Map, you include your links to relevant social media, you include your open hours, address, and phone number, as these are key indicators that you're real business and that you're operating. This is how Google differentiate by sites that are high quality from low quality ones. So you want to make sure that you have that on every single page of your website. Usually we do it in the footer. Then the next thing is the image optimization. A lot of people, when they're searching for something, they're now looking at images. They're maybe browsing, through different websites, and having the optimized images allows you to drive extra traffic to your website. And the fun fact is that 20% of our traffic actually comes through the images on our website and not the actual content. So for every image that you have on your website, you want to make sure that you add the so-called alt text. And this is a descriptive text that incorporates keywords when relevant. So for example, if you have a photo of personal training, we would call it personal training session at our gym in Boca Raton. So now whoever searches personal training Boca Raton and sees the images, they can see a link to your website directly when they click on that image. Also, when you upload the image names, this is a mistake that we're guilty of, and we've done our fair share a bit of it starting out. But when you're uploading your file names, make sure you label them correctly. So for example, instead of using the generic file names such as image 1345 version 5, just put personal training session and the city. Always divide with a dash. Again, it's easier to read by Google and helps you with ranking more. And another thing, as a tip here, always want to make sure that you use compression tools to minimize the size of the images so your website loads faster and users can access the images, can access the information quickly. There's websites such as TinyPNG and compressed PNG. You just Google them, you'll find plenty of them. So this is number one. Now, second way to get more traffic for your business is through Google My Business. This is the way of Google providing quick access to local businesses through every search. So for example, if you type in Gym Boca Raton, these are the top 3 results that are going to show up, and make sure that you already claimed your listing. I know for many of you have, but you don't treat it as a separate entity. Essentially, your Google My Business is something like a small website. Call it like a website before the website. So you want to make sure it's as optimized as possible. As you can see, within the category of gyms in Boca Raton, the competition is pretty intense. You can see every gym there in the area is pretty highly ranked, and the average, reviews are almost 200. So this is going to be the minimum barrier to entry for your local area. So look at the top 3 results, and this will give you a baseline of what you need to do to be ranking in those top 3 results. That's why we do reputation management. We request more reviews from our members. We do strategic campaigns to attract more reviews, because having more reviews not only helps you convert your members better, but also ranks you better in Google search. So let's look at the practical things that you could be doing to optimize your Google My Business. So first, you have to claim and verify your listing, and ensure as you do that, you use your exact business name, address, and phone number. They're called NAP, and they have to be the same as on your website, because Google links both. You got to link and match your Google My Business to what is existing on your website. Then the next step would be to complete your profile and make sure you add as much as detail as possible. So for example, that would be the hours of operation, services, different images, even posts. Make sure you regularly update different posts, add new services when they come up, or new things that are coming, or new updates for your hours. So the more you update your business, the more Google knows that this is relevant and somebody is actually monitoring the page and answering the queries. So they prioritize you as a business that is active, because a lot of times we have local businesses that shut down and they still keep their Google listing, and that gets customers upset, because sometimes we go to a location, we've saw it on Google, it said open, and we go there and they've shut down like 2 years ago. Not great. Also, make sure that you categorize your business correctly, such as gym, fitness center, personal trainer, health wellness consultant, nutritionist, whatever is the areas of service you provide. You want to make sure you rank for those keywords. Make sure you don't add more than you can chew, meaning you only add services that are relevant to you, and we want to rank. The next step would be to collect reviews, and as I said, we run those campaigns internally to make sure we rank number 1 on Google by getting more reviews than the competition, and having strategic plays to ensure we get enough reviews. We have incentive referrals programs around those, but for you could simply start by asking your members to give you more reviews. So by typing your Google, your gym in your city, you're gonna see what is the competition like. Like I said, the consistent name, address, and phone is super important. Make sure everything matches. Then it's the schema markup, and this gives the search engines more information about your business, including location, hours, services, and reviews. So you want to make sure you have individual page on your website for each of those, because people are going to be looking for them. It might have them under more information on your website and have them as separate pages, or you can have them in your footer, but make sure you have those included, as you can really drive extra traffic, because many people will be looking for a convenient location with good hours and the particular services they're looking for. Now, the next step, once we have our Google My Business optimized, is to start creating high quality localized content, and we could do that through blog posts with local fitness tips and news. You can create content that speaks to your community, and you can do topics such as best outdoor trails in whatever is your city, how to stay fit during Boca Raton winters, even though that's Miami, so the weather there is nice. But anyway, you get the point. Then you want to share frequent client success stories, maybe even tag them, because publishing stories of local clients who reach their fitness goals not only does add fresh content to your page, but also builds social proof. And people are often checking the reviews on Google, checking the images, checking the people that have tagged the location. So this is a great way you can have yourself attracting some of those people. Now, if you have multiple locations, you want to make sure that you create a dedicated landing pages for each location, targeting location specific keywords. So for example, best gym in La Jolla, and then you would have your gym name. Then you would have the second city or area. So you want to make sure that you're targeting the neighborhood as well as the city. Now, as far as user experience and conversion rate, and this is a bit technical, but we're just going to cover the basics here. So the basics is that you got to have a fast loading website. Many websites are outdated. They've built their website in 2012 12 and never change anything. And the world is evolving like with everything else now. There's faster tools, options, better ways to set up your website to attract more traffic. But even if you have an old website, you want to make sure that it is loading quick. And you can go to a website such as Google Page Speed Insights or GTM Metrics to evaluate what is the speed of your website. You want to make sure that your load times are under 3 seconds. And if it's higher than that, you're going to have a lot of bounce rate, meaning a lot of people, when they click on your website, they're not going to be able to load the page and therefore leave before they even enter. So that makes it hard to even run paid advertising and might diminish your results because your optimized website doesn't load fast enough and members cannot wait because we're impatient. We want to scroll through things and get information as fast as possible. Make sure you choose a local hosting or a hosting provider that loads sufficiently enough to handle traffic spikes. It doesn't have to be anything crazy for a local gym. Now, the next step is mobile responsiveness. More than half of the internet traffic, and in some areas it could be as high as 80% of your traffic will be coming from mobile. You want to make sure that you have a responsive design and want to make sure that your website adjusts quickly on mobile. Again, if you don't have your website set up like that right now, we can help. Just reach out to us. Then again, we have to focus on compressing the images, optimizing the code, eliminating unnecessary redirects to ensure fast loading. Like, these are more technical things, but if you Google those, you're going to find practical tips of how you can implement them. And make sure that on mobile, directly as your page loads, you have strategic call to actions that they can click immediately as soon as the page loads. That's super important. And whether you're promoting like join my membership now, get a free trial, schedule a tour, sign up for a free challenge, whatever is the offer that you're running, you want to make sure that it's visible above the fold. And down below, I'll show you examples. Another important thing is to have conversion focused forms. This is a mistake I often see. We tend to overcomplicate things, and sometimes to get our members to give us more information, we have them fill out super long forms and super detailed things, asking them about their family tree and what they had for breakfast the other day. Ideally, we want to keep things as simple as possible and just collect name, phone, and email, and then we can enrich our data via contacting them, adding the information to our CRM, and doing that over time instead of just asking for it on the first run. Another important thing to rank locally is to build backlinks, and backlinks in simple terms is other websites linking to your website as a part of their content strategy. And to build reputable links from other websites, there's few things that you could do. First, you can partner with other local businesses where you can feature each other in your content and on your website. For example, you can have partner section that is linking to the healthy providers in your area, and you can ask them to do the same. So this is a healthy exchange of backlinks, and you're going to piggyback on their traffic. They're going to do the same. So it's a great way to get more visibility in your local area. So you want to make sure you had spend enough time to get listed with all the health food stores, wellness centers, and request to be featured on their website in exchange for guest block or collaboration. Another thing would be the community involvement. So if you're hosting local events or sponsor community activities, then you can ask for backlinks from the event websites or even like local news outlets if it's a charitable cause or something that is featured in the local media. Another thing would be to look for fitness directories where you can be listed. Just type in fitness plus directory and there's going to be hundreds, or you can just apply, be listed. So whenever somebody's looking for fitness in the area and you're listed in all these directories, you're going to come up on top in the search results. Now, the next thing would be tracking analytics. You want to make sure once you have your website set up that you have your analytics set up to monitor user behavior such as bounce rate, session duration, conversion paths. Now, I know these are technical. You don't have to understand it, but you just have to set it up once. So if you work with an expert in the future, they can look and give you some pointers on how you can improve things, because even just improving the conversion rate on your website, instead of, for example, 5% of your visitors, you now have 10% of them converting on your web form. This will immediately double your lead generation. So if you're getting 8 new queries and 6 new members from your website on a monthly basis, you would be getting 12 new members, or over the course of a year, that's 72 new members per year just from that change alone. So it's boring things. It's not sexy. It's not exciting. It's not like you run an ad and you get hundreds of new members, what is most agencies are promising out there. It is the little things that stack up. So make sure you take your time and set that up. How is the conversion tracking? It's super important because the way it works is that in the future, as you start advertising and you have all that data, the platforms usually use that data to find more members like the ones who've already converted on your website, and they predict their action based on the things they like, interests, time of the year, things like that. So you want to make sure that you have all of that set up. I'm not going to go too technical in this tutorial for the sake of it, as I have a lot to cover. Now, the next one would be the local SEO tools, and we have Google My Business Insights. These help people find your business. Essentially, your Google My Business profile has information such as your website, so you can track how many calls you get from your Google My Business, how many clicks for directions, so you can monitor the traffic on a monthly basis and how it's improving over time. Now, the next strategy we're gonna cover here is the mobile website strategy for collecting leads. And I can confidently say that the future is mobile. We're not going back to laptops or regular computers. And for local gyms, mobile optimization isn't just a bonus, it's an absolute necessity. And that is a problem because most gyms are not optimized for mobile. They put like a fancy video on the front page with little information, motivational quote that doesn't appeal to the end user who's looking for a gym in the area. Maybe their page doesn't even load, and they lose a lot of potential traffic because of that. Now, without beating a dead horse here, I told you already, mobile traffic is dominant. People are doing local searches on mobile. It's super important to be collecting leads through your mobile website, and you want to make sure that the user experience is ultra user friendly. So what are some best practices for mobile friendly design? You want to make sure you have a fluid grid layout, meaning that as your website expands and shrinks on different devices, the way images shrink, text shrinks, and optimizes for the reader. Most providers actually do that nowadays. We use Go High Level or WordPress websites with different themes, or even Webflow for some of our clients. So these things work great. Now, the next thing would be to have touch-friendly elements and ensure that the buttons and links are large enough for users to easily tap with their fingers, especially if you're targeting older demographic. Make sure that everything is visible. They don't have to zoom in or scroll or move to the side just to be able to click one of those buttons. And make sure that the forms are minimized. What I love doing here is having a pop-up form, because the way it works is that it blocks the entire screen and only gives you the opportunity to sign up on the website. And here's an example. As you can see, you have logo on the top. If you click here on the right-hand corner, you have the menu. You have clear call to action with a button that you can click directly. You have the button again at the bottom, and then you have an easy way to contact the gym. As you click here, it's usually a pop-up that you can directly text the gym, and it's just an easy way for people to get the relevant information they need. Another thing I would maybe improve here is add directly a phone number here and link it up to our AI agent. So whenever somebody calls the number, they would get help from our AI trained on the frequently asked questions by the gym, and actually have them book an appointment. So this way you can have AI working for you as an admin staff. Make sure you channel all that traffic and create an AI-driven solution for your gym without hiring more staff, without hiring a marketing agency. You can have all of those things done for you. I mean, the world's changing fast, so you got to learn those things. You got to rewatch that video a couple of times. Make sure you implement those things. Literally, I'm going to give you all the secrets away. I have nothing to hide back here, all right? So here's an example of a lead form. Just name, phone number, and email fits perfectly on the screen. And often people will request pricing. That's going to be the number one thing people would want to ask for. And if you want to be transparent, you can list the pricing on your website. What we personally like to do, because we want to have a consultative approach to onboarding members based on their goals, needs, desires. We don't want to, for example, sell a $100 membership to somebody that could be a client that could benefit from our long-term program. So we want to make sure that whoever's requesting pricing information actually submits a form, and then they're entering our automations flow, where they're getting texts, calls, and email follow-up to get them to show up and have a consultation one-on-one. Again, here the same rules apply. Fast load times, some best practices, image compression. Lazy loading is another thing that we are using through tools such as Go High Level. You're allowed to, for example, have only the top portion of the website visible, only the top 10%, and then as you scroll down, the website slowly loads, but this prevents from the higher bounce rate and actually has your page load much faster. Some plugins that you can use is minification, so you can minify the CSS, JavaScript, and HTML to reduce the file sizes and remove unnecessary code to make sure everything is loading much faster. Another thing that is super important is to have the click to call or click to SMS as soon as your page loads. As I said here, you want to have a strategic placement. So for example, here down at the bottom we have give us a call, we have the address directly linked to the location, we have the text us. The only thing I would ask is like call us now or some sort of call to action with the phone number on top. So they have it visible at all times, and this will ensure that we're not losing any traffic, because for example, if I don't find any way to contact that business, I'll just close that page and go to the next one. For the tracking, make sure you include the relevant tags that are linked to your Google Analytics, to your Facebook Meta Suite, and make sure you track all of that information. Another thing is location-based targeting. So for local gyms, ensure you have geolocation pop-ups. For example, you can track the IP that the user logs in from, and if you have multiple locations, they'll be prompted to go to the location that is closest to them instead of the one that they clicked on. Maybe this is great more for like franchises or gyms that have multiple locations. Also make sure that you always include local content. Sometimes we try to just build our brand, so all the content we're creating is related to our name, our services, whatever we're doing, but we gotta understand that we're playing as players within a bigger game, and we gotta understand the rules, and the rules are geolocation based, so we wanna make sure you include those. Then Google Maps integration is super important. You gotta have it at the bottom of your website. It's just an easy way for Google to understand where you're located, matches it again to your Google My Business, matches it to your website, matches it to Yelp reviews, and it creates like an online directory just for you as a provider. Here's another example. This is F45. Here you have the logo, start a free trial right on top. You have some validation here. And then again, another call to action. You want to make sure the call to action is visible at least multiple places on the page. As you can see, they have it here at the bottom, here below. Make sure you use contrasting colors so it's easier to read. So for example of a bad contrasting color is here. As you can see, this is usually a little button, but just because they've chosen blue and the contrast color doesn't stand out, it's very hard for you to understand that it's actually a text button. Whereas here, they're using blue and red, so you see it already, it immediately pops up, and the blue here pops up on the white, so you can immediately click and get that information. One click call to action, so for example, as soon as they click, they call you or text you, or even request more information. Mobile keyword optimization. Make sure you do the same thing as you're searching on mobile. Just look, are the same websites ranking on mobile? What is the difference? How they're structuring their data? The only difference I think would be for the local schema markup, the readability of the page, the text, and how is everything optimized again for your location, services, and operating hours, but not so different from the actual optimization of your website. Now the next step, and I know that this is something that we often neglect. I for sure have neglected it in my own gyms. It took me probably 1.5 years before I started doing organic social media marketing content because I was expert in paid advertising. It was bringing me good traffic. I was making a lot of sales. But as soon as I started implementing organic social media, first, my ad costs dropped to 20% of what they were before. Second, I was starting getting a lot of more organic traffic, and it served also as a retention tool for my existing members because even if they weren't in the club, they were seeing what is happening. They were getting excited over different classes, activities we're having. So we call it like a passive follow-up. We don't rely on it heavily to drive leads for our business, but it's great for retention. It's great for community building. It's great to reduce the advertising cost. And it's a great way to link to all the content you'll be creating on your website and channeling all those people back so they can actually sign up on your website. So we'll cover today how to master Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, as these are the major 4. And I can definitely say that organic marketing is powerful. It's cost effective because it's free. All you need is probably to get yourself a modern phone, and anything that is came up within the past 2-3 years would be wonderful to shoot content with. Maybe you need to get yourself a little lapel mic so you can interview members, do content, and your audio sounds crisp. But other than that, it's free to do the content, free to edit it. There's hundreds of tools that can help you with that. And it's great to help you with long-term engagement, community building, trust, and all those. So I'll break down each and every platform, but first I want to explain why organic social media is important. I know if you're watching this, maybe you haven't gotten the benefits out of organic posting. Maybe you have your Canva account and you're doing these templated posts, or maybe you're doing like 5 tips how to do X, Y, and Z, and you've never gotten any members out of it, or maybe not directly, and you're wondering if you should be spending all that time creating content because yes, it requires time, it requires energy, and it's just like anything in business. It is not pleasant, it is boring, and it sucks. But organic social media helps you build trust and authority and provides you as the go-to source. It has massive SEO benefits. I'm telling you, as soon as we started doing organic content and linking back to our main website, we skyrocketed our organic growth on Google, and we ranked #1 for the keywords that we wanted to rank for. Then it's a cost-effective growth strategy. As I said, it costs you nothing. Here's an example of a page that is publishing content. You can have a mix of content. It doesn't have to be just Canva posts or photos of your members. You can be creative here. You don't have to be as curated as, for example, like a, I don't know what, like a social media influencer type of post. You don't have to be as high quality, just real photos of your members and sharing insights from the community, upcoming events, things like that work just great. And I'll start one by one for the different platforms. So for example, Facebook is great for building a community and driving engagement. So I would start with building a gym community Facebook group, and you can use school or Facebook. I think school's up and coming. It's not there yet. People don't have the ability and the habit of logging into school as much as they do in Facebook, or you can create a separate platform, doesn't matter. But Facebook is pretty much what's good for 99% of the people, and it will allow you to have a group where you can share common events, you can post regularly, you can give fitness tips, motivational quotes, member success stories, workout challenges, reactivate members, launch of new campaigns, and it's a great way to engage your members. You can tag them, share progress, ask questions, also about their own fitness journeys. You can open up the group so it's not just one-way communication, whereas most of the other channels such as Instagram, TikTok, even Facebook pages are going to be one directional communication where you're not going to be able to chat back and forth with your members and interact. So that's why we start with the Facebook group, because this is a two-way street and two-way communication. Also, you can have exclusive content in your group that is not available on the Instagram page, not available on the Facebook page or on TikTok. So members will be more incentivized to be joining your group and getting the first info that is available. So for example, if you're launching something, you always announce it first in the group, build that buzz around it, and then you announce it on the other social media channels, and you can have your members promote. Okay, this helps make your current members feel like VIP. So what are the types of posts that work great? For example, on your Facebook page, you can share a mix of content. You can do behind the scenes of your classes, live videos, member testimonials, educational fitness content. I think it's very important to leverage what is the platform known for. And for Facebook, this is Facebook Live. So you can host live workout sessions. So for example, if you have a night class that is not as busy, you can pull up your phone and you can host a live session. You can have the trainer just greet the online community as well, prompt them to come down to the gym, invite them, and have this like call to action, or prompt them to start and join the workout from home. This is a great way to kind of have one of those a week where you can prompt members to come to your facility, and you can have Q&A sessions. You can host those. You can have predetermined questions where you have one of your trainers or use the owner hop on. This is something I've done a great deal of, where I have a list of questions and I would jump on live and I would pretend that people are asking me those questions. I just know that they're asking me in person, but maybe not online. And then I would answer them. I would engage with the users that are hopping on the live. It's again a great way to do one-to-many communication, one-to-many selling, and bring people back. You can do gym tours. This is something great if you add a new piece of equipment or a new update or whatever is new that is coming. Maybe you open up a new location, you are doing a gym tour, you're taking people with you. It's like a great way to build that engagement. And always make sure you answer to all your comments. Always respond to them. This encourages more interaction, shows your members they're valued, and it helps your content get out there even more, because this is how the Facebook algorithm works. Everybody gets notification once somebody likes their post and their comments. So this is something you want to prioritize. Always, every single day, make sure you check all the comments, reply to all the comments, and prioritize of having at least one live a week and a couple of posts just to keep your community live. Again, we're not prioritizing for lead generation here. We want to make sure that we're just visible and we're getting enough people to know about us. Then we have Instagram, and this is more for showcasing your gym's personality through visuals. This is more of a curated feed and it reflects our brand. So here you can make sure that you have consistent branding. So use consistent colors, filters, themes across your post to create like a cohesive look. And this is like a mini website, because usually the first touch point of a gym would be their Instagram pages. Users now are often not only searching Google for the nearest gym, but they're looking for local gyms in the area, even on Instagram and even TikTok nowadays. So the Instagram should be instantly recognizable. Make sure you post high quality visuals. Take your time. Don't rush into posting something just for the sake of posting. Take the time to take maybe a couple of photos, do something that is high quality. Ensure that you've spent some time and it shows that you're doing your work with high intent and not just slapping things together. It doesn't have to be ultra perfect again, like iPhone shot quality or from your phone is just great, but just make sure you spend a second reviewing the photo before uploading it. Make sure you include member highlights. This is great because often, here as an example, you can see testimonials, members, community. Often when people land on our page, the first thing they would be checking is our current stories that are running. Then it would be checking the highlights and maybe the first couple of posts, and then looking at our overall aesthetic of the feed. Don't focus too much on all the posts, but this is like a good example of a feed that looks clean and neat. And it's a great way to share the progress of your members, tag them in stories. And as somebody tags your profile, you can share it on their story, they'll share it on their story, and it will drive more traffic directly from Instagram. So this is another great way to get a lot of visibility. And for us, like, if we would have to divide the traffic we're getting from social media, Facebook is more for nurturing and advertising. Instagram, we've gotten a lot of organic traffic from Instagram, and TikTok has been great for us as well. So this is how I would prioritize them. Instagram number one, TikTok second, and then Facebook for the community, not so much for the actual page, just maybe have some posts there. But as far as lead gen, it's not like the best right now. Make sure you use the Instagram stories, share a couple of stories throughout the day, maybe as your trainers come in the morning, maybe what's happening behind the scenes in one of the classes, or maybe like a fun skit you're doing in between sessions when you have some more time. Instagram stories and Reel offer like dynamic ways to engage with your audience. They're short, impactful, they're very visual, and it's like a great way to show character as well. You can share daily stories behind the scenes, like I said. You can use polls, Q&A stickers, countdowns to engage your followers. Like great examples of the polls I've seen is that some gyms actually ask their members what time for classes they prefer or what type of class they would like to have open on a Saturday. So this is a great way to engage them, interact them, and use your existing membership base as like your not only ambassadors, but involve them in the process so they're more open to share what they're doing because they'll feel like they're part of the journey of building your gym. Now for the Reels, make sure they're short, catchy. It could be quick workout tips, gym highlights, fitness challenges. Right now, this is probably the best and the only option to grow your Instagram account if you're starting from scratch besides advertising. So if you're doing Reels, you can tag the local area and it will show up in the feed once people search. Now TikTok, it's up and coming. It's giving us mixed results depending on the location, demographic we're serving, but it's another great way because the content you're already creating for Instagram could immediately go on TikTok. You don't have to change much things. It works as a search-based platform. So having a detailed description, having good hashtags allows you to also rank locally for searches and even show up in the local feed for people once they open the For You page and they're looking for things. So you want to make sure that again, you focus on different challenges, quick workout demos, behind the scenes, even like talk to camera pieces work great. Just don't overthink it. More of like a low barrier to entry platform where organic content that is not highly polished works great. You can look into the trends. That depends. I'm not going to focus too much on it, but there's TikTok trends. There's things that are already working on the platform that are getting visibility and are viral. So you can participate on those, so you stay on trend, engage with the community, see what others are doing, and kind of model that for your own business. But again, this is once you have everything else established and you have somebody maybe handling your social media, you can pass that off to them. YouTube is great, absolutely great for and converting cold members. We love to use YouTube for people that are about to show up to an appointment and are maybe new to the gym. So we feed them relevant content of maybe long podcast interviews we've done with members or longer pieces of content such as this that are detail of how we're going to help them with, showing them testimonials. And it's a great way to nurture those people before they show up so they feel more bought into what you have to offer. They have more understanding. So they're at a level where when they come in, the conversion rate is twice as high. So if you would be converting absolutely cold members at 20-30%, now it would be 60 to even 80%. So it is great for in-depth tutorials, longer form content, and you can dive deeper into fitness topics, showcase your expertise. But again, what we've seen work very well for us is member success stories, where we would film simple interviews asking our members of their experience, what they did before, what they're doing now. Workout tutorials haven't worked great. We do podcast interviews with our trainers and we do deep dives on a specific topic. So for example, emotional eating, because heavily focused on nutrition, or we talk about specific supplements depending on the season. So educational content could be very good. Podcasts work very good. And then community videos that are highly edited. These work great also to show your vibe. Also, YouTube is owned by Google, so it's a search-based platform, and you have the SEO there as well. So it's a great way to first boost the visibility of your website by linking your YouTube videos on your website and redirecting back and forth, even including it later in the newsletter. We're going to cover that topic a little bit later in this video, but YouTube is a great way. Make sure you optimize your video titles and descriptions, again, including the name of the city you're operating in and your gym, and make sure you have custom thumbnails that are curated, such as your feed here on Instagram. Hope that makes sense. Now, for the weekly newsletters, there's something that is often neglected, but this is probably the best channel out of them all to nurture people. It is something that we often neglect as gym members, as we've advertised throughout the years. We've built a massive gym members base and we don't email them frequently enough. Or if we do, it's only to sell them stuff, and that's why we think email doesn't work. If you spend the extra half an hour a week, because now you have AI, you have tools, you have structures, you have videos like this to help you organize yourself better and look for potential trends, you can create a highly engaging newsletter that is getting 60 of the people that are reading that newsletter to open it, get value of it, and you stay on top of mind. So it helps you not only with referral traffic, helps you with education, retention of current members. It helps you in so many ways. Another benefit of having a weekly newsletter is that channels such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they can ban your account anytime, any day. And if they do, you got to start from scratch, from zero, and you got to invest a lot of time, energy, effort, money, and dedication to build those channels up again. Whereas the newsletter, even if one of the providers, for example, MailChimp shuts down, you just take your list and you upload it to another provider, clean it up, and then you're good to go. So you're in control of your own destiny. And that's why email is super, super important. I went through the essential components of a weekly newsletter for a local gym, and I'll show you how to craft a strategy that keeps your subscribers engaged, drives that extra traffic to your website, increases your SEO rankings. Ideally, you want to make sure that the weekly newsletter is curated in different sections, and it serves a couple of points that are very, very good. So it's the relationship building. It helps you nurture first the existing members, but second, subscribers that maybe were on the fence. They weren't sure they want to join the gym yet. It helps you with the traffic and SEO, as you can link to different articles. You can link to your social media content. You can use it like as a curation hub and organize all the content you've posted throughout the week and just link to it within your newsletter, announce new class. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal way to stay on top of mind. Everybody has an email. Not everybody has TikTok. Not everybody has Facebook, but everybody has an email. So it's, again, a great way to get in front of your members consistently. So first we have the subject headline. I don't want to spend too much time here, but make sure it's something engaging. It's something that people would actually want to open. Don't say exactly what they're gonna get within the newsletter. Make sure it's more like a hook. Make sure that the subject headlines are under 50 characters, to the point, and make sure you again provide value. So the more personalized are the newsletter. So for example, John, your personalized nutrition plan is inside. That's the headline of the newsletter. Somebody who's John and a potential member that never came down to your facility opens this and you say, hey John, I know you haven't had a chance to come to visit us, but we've put together a free plan that you can kickstart your journey with. And then once you're ready, we also offer a complimentary session that you can take advantage of by clicking the button below. So now that's a very relevant way and good way to get John activated. Make sure you personalize and add valuable content. So you want to ideally divide your newsletter into existing members and people that are inactive right now. You can even go divided by 3 ways. So active members, inactive members, and prospects, people that have never been. So you can have those. You can have similar sections of the newsletter for each, but then you can also have the personalization based on their stage of their journey within your gym. And here's an example. You can have things to do. You can have ideas, how-to tips. You can have fun jokes, like a weekly joke. Maybe you have inside lingo that you use in your gym. You can add that here. You have deals of the month. If you're promoting something, you can have like a longer dive. Maybe you can have a podcast interview with one of your trainers that's linked into the YouTube. Well, there's many ways you can organize the content so it provides value, shows you as the authority, and it shows you're there to serve the community. It's super, super valuable way. First, we can add fitness tips and workouts. That's probably the lowest hanging fruit. Again, there's ChatGPT. There's hundreds of other tools that can help you curate content and craft that. So you're not going to be short on ideas there. You can have expert tips. So for example, if one of our trainers is a master Tabata trainer or whatever, you can include more tips on Tabata and how to optimize your workouts for it. Then you can add nutrition tips, recovery strategies, workout modifications, and personalizing these based on your subscriber preferences. You can again have section for beginners, for advanced, depending on what's the demographic coming to your gym. You can have success stories. These are always great. You can showcase real members. This builds social proof, builds the community, and especially for people that have never been to the gym, just showing familiar faces or people that they recognize from the local community and seeing them in your newsletter is like a great way. Oh, I know this guy. Let me reach out and ask how was the gym. And this brings so many members. I can't tell you how many times we've heard people that come through referrals actually be on our newsletter, and then they see somebody that they know and recognize, and they reach out and then they join together to one of the classes. Another way is to celebrate milestones. This is something that we love to do because the activities we promote are the activities that grow within our facility. So if we recognize somebody that attended 100 classes or lost X amount of weight or X amount of transformation or inspired 10 other people to join the club, We can feature them in our newsletter, so all the other members, whether it's existing, past, or new members, they're going to know what are the activities we're promoting and incentivizing and what is our community within our facility. Next would be the class schedules and special event promotions. You can have a list of your entire schedule. You can list it out on a weekly basis. You can also add new classes. You can have a link so they can book. It's like a good reminder to include it in one of the sections within your newsletter. You don't just want to send them a newsletter promoting your classes because this is boring. There's no value for them. And you're only trying to take from them, and maybe the first few times they'll open it, but as soon as time goes by and they see that they're not getting any value of the newsletter, they're going to stop. Make sure you have a little section within your newsletter that you have it just there for the people that are interested, but it shouldn't be your core focus. Again, make sure you have a clear visual schedule that is simple, easy to read, graphic that lists all the classes for the week, the instructor, and whether the class is in person or online. Make sure you have a click registration link with follow-up reminders to prompt them to come to the facility. You can have bigger event announcements such as fitness bootcamp weekend or charity event you're running or guest instructor workshops. These are great. Or if you're doing a local partnerships, this is again a great way to get visibility on those. Then you have the exclusive invitations. Make sure that you have a newsletter subscriber special by giving them early access to register for events, participation, even get member discounts. This acts a bit as the Facebook community group, but it's again like an exclusive club. Then you have the promotion, discounts, and member only offers. Now, while your newsletter should be focusing on providing value, it's also a great place to promote your latest offer and incentives. So for example, you could add limited time offers, promote special offers such as get 10% off of personal training packages this week only, or exclusive subscriber discount such as use your code email to get 20% off of your next month. Things like that to reactivate old members back are great. So here's an example. By a gym limited time, 50% off your first membership. We miss you. This is like a comeback campaign. And another way to keep your newsletters with high open rate is to use polls, surveys, and contests. Just like you could use the Instagram stories to ask about polls, you can include those in your newsletters. We're using a tool called Beehive. I'm gonna leave, I have the information down below. But anyway, type beehive.com and there you can include polls, surveys, and contests, and it's free for up to 2,500 members. So that's great. If you're a small facility just starting out, you don't invest heavily into email marketing by paying money or buying domains or paying a monthly subscription. This is like a great way to have your members participate in different contests and giveaways and survey if you're having a new class. Make sure you have your call to action button stand out, just like on your website. You want to make sure that everything is looking clean, not clustered, not images on top of images, something that is easy. And make sure you have multiple call to actions. In the newsletter, the beauty of it, it serves like a website. So the more valuable content you provide, the more you can ask. So for example, if you have 10 sections within your newsletter, you can have 3 valuable sections, 1 promo, 3 valuable sections, 1 promo, 3 valuable sections, and again, a promo at the bottom. So this way you can have different offers depending on the interest of your members. Make sure you include high quality images. It could be some of the images you have from your Instagram or from other platforms you recorded this week. Make sure you introduce your trainers often, as familiarity creates trust, and it will help you get more people into your personal training, group classes, and even transformation programs. Make sure you break up your newsletter into distinct sections, just like I'm breaking my text here with visuals, with information, with bullets. You can split your newsletter like that. You can use personalization and segmentations. Like I said, you can segment by membership type and segment by engagement level, meaning people who haven't visited in a while. You can have more comeback offers, and you can segment by interest. So for example, you might have beginners, you might have men, women. You can divide it however you like. Again, don't overcomplicate it in the beginning. Just maybe keep everybody in the same newsletter and send once a week. And then in the future, as your newsletter grows, you can invest more time and energy into it. Done is better than perfect. So you want to have it there. Another important part here is to have the consistency and timing. Make sure you choose the right time and day to submit your newsletter. And for us, what we've seen is that Monday mornings were great and Sunday evenings as people plan their week ahead. And you stay on top of mind as prioritization of fitness and health and wellness is generally something people are actively thinking about. So they're thinking, when I'm going to go to the gym this week. Another important thing is to maintain consistent frequency. So you can stick to weekly cadence so your subscribers get used to getting regular updates from you. However, don't overwhelm them with too many emails and promotions. Make sure you have 1 newsletter per week And then if you want to have like follow-up emails and sequences based on whether they sign up for class and things like that, make sure you include that into an autoresponder and not in the actual newsletter. To ensure your weekly newsletter is driving growth, it's important to track and measure key metrics. So some of those for fitness newsletter is the open rates. Make sure your falls typically between 20 to 30%. Ideally, if you have a tight community, you can go up to 50 to even 60%. That's if you're doing a good job at providing value. Make sure you can include sections about relevant ideas within your local community. It doesn't have to be just your gym. You can talk about healthy restaurants, new things opening in the area, new events, things that outside of your facility, so people will be even more prone to open your newsletter. For CDRs, meaning click-through rates, how many people click on the links of your newsletter. So the more links you have that link to content such as blogs, YouTube videos, relevant articles, Instagram posts, the more click-through rate you're going to have. If you're only linking your content to promo materials, your click-through rate is going to be low, and therefore you might be landing into the spam inbox. So that's why we want to include as many relevant links as possible to helpful content, different events, different things that are happening. So people get trained on actually clicking on the links of your newsletter, reading your newsletter, and this will ultimately help with having higher conversion rates on the call to actions you have within the newsletter. Let's continue with the all-time favorite, which is Facebook advertising and Instagram advertising. And this is the strategy that many gurus promote as the only solution to grow your gym, which is advertising locally, bringing in leads, and then selling them high ticket packages. I'm not saying this doesn't work. It works tremendously well, but only if the rest of the things are in place, such as you already have some content going on your page, you already have optimized websites. So if people Google your name, it works. If you're just starting out your gym, sure, you can get some fast results if you're trying to get a quick promo and you're new to the area, but long-term, this strategy is not going to be very effective. That's why most campaigns and programs teach you to run those types of offers for a month or two, and then there's diminishing returns over time. So that's why you want to have them as part of your mix and not the only strategy you rely on. There's many offers you can promote on social media, but the quality of the offer and the appeal it has towards the market is probably the most important variable. I'm going to walk you through the technical skills you're going to need to set up Facebook and Instagram ads, but this is very simple given that Facebook wants you to spend as much money as possible. So they've made a very user-friendly platform that is super easy to use, nothing complex. But some of the offers we've seen work very well is the good old 6 weeks challenge that have been massively promoted. They've promoted it because it works. I personally don't like the fact that you promote it as free. We often don't mention price, or we even mention like the price starts at X amount, just because it attracts specific type of people when you say free, and just the bait and switch offer is not something that align with in terms of my values and how I want to build my business. But if that's how you want to build your business, you can advertise free challenge and then sell it on the back end. High ticket programs work great. Usually it's a longer duration, so it's an outcome based program. For example, somebody wants to lose 45 pounds, 50 pounds, and we offer a longer solution package that includes nutrition, accountability, follow-up, and we have bundled up a package where we can offer these solutions long-term. Then FitPack, this is more of a short-term one visit. This is like the typical free trial you would see in a gym. We just added a package and call it like a pack because it has a different name and unique appeal. And essentially what we do there is free workout, free nutrition supplementation for one visit, of course, free body scan and consultation with either the owner or a trainer, and it works great to convert leads into members. So as far as local ads go, there's few things that are important. I would always suggest you with Facebook and Instagram because they give you the option for precise targeting. It is super easy to reach the people in your area, and probably 95% of them are on those platforms anyway. It is super cost effective. By far, Facebook advertising is still the cheapest, especially for local ads, and it gives you high engagement because people generally appreciate seeing visual content for fitness facilities. So if you have good videos, good images, it's a great way to stand out. And even if you don't get the direct benefits of generating leads, people in the local area are going to know who you are. It's great for lead generation, running the typical direct response offers like looking for 5 women, raise your hand, but not only for direct response ads, but also for more of like long-term reputation building and providing value, especially if it's local advertising. You don't want to only run offers and promote because you're going to burn the market and people are going to turn into banner blindness, meaning that whenever they see the ad, they are already like shutting off and they're like, oh, I know what this guy has to say, because you've been advertising for months and months at a time, offering the exact same thing and you didn't change it. That's why you need to cycle those campaigns. These are the few things to keep in mind. So that's why we like to have a calendar calendar, mixing between 6-week, 42-day, high ticket program, feedback, free value, and rotating those between seasons and also men and women, so we never burned with the audience. So how to build your Facebook and Instagram ads strategy for your gym? It always starts first with defining your campaign goals, whether you're looking to increase member signups. If you're just starting out and you want to fill up your gym, that's a great way to go about it. I don't really like to offer free trials as an initial campaign. I'd like to, if it's a new market that we're just starting advertising in, I'd like to skim and get as much as I can from the high ticket audience, because usually there is a percentage of the market that's already actively looking for a solution. So you can immediately start with those, and then the more you exhaust the audience locally, the more you can introduce cheaper, even free options for them to get started. Maybe you want to promote a new class or a specific event you're running. Maybe you want to re-engage inactive members. You can upload your existing database of customers on Facebook and run ads just to reactivate them with a comeback offer. Or maybe you just want to build brand awareness. We have a specific module on that. We call it the local celebrity formula. But brand awareness works great for local markets where the audience pool is not so big. We're talking up to 100,000 people here. And once we know what is the campaign we want to run, and I always suggest starting with the members, then it's promoting events, then it's re-engaging inactive members. And last but not least, once we've already kind of exhausted the audience and we're getting diminishing return on our ads, we start running low-cost campaigns for brand awareness. So next step would be to identify the target audience. And that's very simple for local gyms, because you just go the location around your gym, and depending if you live in a city, we would shrink the radius 4 to 5 miles. If you live in a more rural area where people are generally more responsive to driving, then you would go up to 10-mile radius. As far as demographic goes, there's only a few things that you need to do nowadays, and it's age, gender, income level. I don't suggest, I have it here, but obviously things are changing. So Facebook and Meta in general works with broad advertising right now. So you don't need to add any specific interest targeting options, as that limits the reach, and actually you see diminishing returns. So you can target women 25, 45 who live within the radius of your gym, and that's pretty much all you need. As far as interest goes, I would leave that blank. Again, for interest, I like to use the actual ad and calling out different hooks. So for example, if I'm trying to promote my personal training, I would ask like, have you ever worked with a personal trainer? Or 93% of people that work with personal trainers get better results, ... That's my hook of the ad. So this is how I would promote like specific services within my facility, just through the hook, but not with the targeting. And as far as behavior goes, you can upload your past customer list and bring them back. So again, within Facebook, you can just target the radius around your gym. As far as ad creative and copy goes, we like to keep things simple. And for ad formats, don't limit yourself to images or videos. Facebook's constantly changing, and especially if you're in a local market, you want to be trying as many things as possible, and ideally changing things up every 2 to 3 weeks to keep things fresh. That's the only downside to local advertising, that because you have a limited pool, you got to be constantly refreshing your creative and adding new updated versions of your ads. So that's why I want to pretty much have everything in there. Make sure you use real images, not stock footage. It doesn't work. Make sure you have faces in the photos, your community smiling. These work always great. Or the pure text ads. And I'm again not gonna go in a granular detail in this video for the sake of keeping it within a reasonable time frame, but I have a whole another video that goes in depth on how to launch it, what to click, where to go, pretty much walking you through the entire process on my channel, so you can check it out. For the copy, again, make sure you have a clear call to action and an offer. Never leave the audience hanging. So for example, if you're promoting a challenge, say we have a 6-week challenge, we offer nutrition, accountability, workouts, we're located in this area. If you want to join, click the link below, fill out the info, and we'll contact you. Always keep the ads direct to the point. And if you're just starting out with ads, make sure you drive the traffic to a lead generation ad or a lead form on Facebook. It is much cheaper. It gives you higher volume in the beginning, so you can refine your process. And then in the future, once things are going, once you have enough leads and you would just want to keep the lead flow at a stable level, you can introduce driving traffic to your website or a specific landing page. But the easiest one would always be lead forms. Make sure you have a good offer. Now for retargeting, you can upload your website list, people that visit your website or maybe were intrigued by something, and target them with a specific offer. You can do engagement retargeting, meaning people that watch content on your page or engage with likes or comments. This is especially great if you're targeting the local area with testimonials of your clients and their friends and family are liking it, because now you can retarget them with the ads specific to them, and they're going to see familiar faces, and that's going to lead into a lot more referrals. And also retargeting inactive members with comeback offer. This is always great. So here's some sources you can upload upload as a list to Facebook and retarget with advertising. You can upload your customer file. You have specific seasonal promo that's going on. You can upload your website visitors. If you have an app, you can upload the people that have been active on your app. You can upload the people that engage on your Facebook page or liked it. You can upload the people that watch your videos on Facebook or Instagram. You can upload and target Instagram profile visits, the people that filled out a form, or even seen some of your stuff in the marketplace or attended some of your events. So that's great. Another thing that's super important, especially on your page in the stories, if you're running ads, you want to make sure you incorporate as much as social proof as possible. That's member testimonials, before and after photos. You cannot advertise those, but you can have them on your page. So that's a great way, especially for the pin posts on Instagram or as stories while you're running ads. You want to have as much of those stacked up as possible. So when people see your ad, they click the stories and watch those, they get social proof and validation, and also as much user generated content as possible. Members taking selfies, photos in your gym, tagging you. Make sure you reshare those on your page, on your stories, because this way you can get a lot more traction. And ensure that you set a realistic budget. A lot of times I see gurus promoting that you can start advertising with $5 to $10 a day. Sure, you can, but the results you're going to get are so much slower. And nowadays Facebook likes to have a bit of money to spend to have the algorithm work and give you those results. So we've seen that accounts where we spend a lot of money up front tends to give us faster results, better, and the lead cost goes cheaper. So if you have the budget, start with $30 to $50 a day at a minimum, and then the maximum I would cap it up for local campaigns is 100 a day. Some best practices: make sure you're always testing your different creatives. Never rely on a single campaign. Even if it's working, just the banner blonde is going to kick in within a couple of weeks. So you want to make sure that every week you're recording and preparing new fresh things. So that's why it's great to have the organic content, because you're constantly doing things organically. So you have content that you can repurpose for ads. Again, it's super easy to shoot nowadays on your phone with a little tripod and a little lapel mic. You pretty much have the studio production you need for advertising. Make sure you're consistent. Don't change offers too frequently. So for example, if you were promoting something that costs $1,000 last week, you don't want to run the same thing at a completely discounted promo, as people that generally see your ads have association with what they see last. And if you're not consistent with your offers in terms of pricing, in terms of structure, it might have negative effect on how people perceive your gym. Make sure your ads and everything, if you're running traffic to your website, that it's mobile optimized, because we've seen it time and time again that people drive traffic to a website that is nowhere close to be converting cold traffic, and that's why they don't see incredible results. And make sure that you reply to all the comments, to all the story likes, to all the people that engage with the content in any way, even if they just like the ad. Make sure you reach out. This is extra leads that you would be missing out if you don't. Now, the next campaign, once we've exhausted the lead generation and the direct response advertising where we collect name, phone, and email, would be the local celebrity boost for branding. And you don't have to be Kim Kardashian visiting sites to be famous in your local area. All you have to do is first align yourself with the communities and things going in your area, but second, use low-cost campaigns to promote this content locally without asking for anything in return, just showing your face out there. And I'm going to walk you through a couple of specific strategies that you can use to boost local visibility. Why is local content crucial for your gym growth? First is the community engagement. If you're just asking and promoting and blasting people with offers, the association they have with your brand is negative. So there's a ratio on TV advertising, and it's 45 minutes of content to 15 minutes of advertising, so 3-to-1. So we want to keep that same ratio, especially if we're spending bigger budget on direct response. And we want to have 4 good posts versus one where we ask. And by good, I mean something that provides value, that entertains people and doesn't ask for anything in return, versus one post where we have direct call to action. Second, it serves as trust building. If people see your face associated with the local events, with local providers, local celebrities, local influencers, they immediately associate you being with them as a trusted source, because they trust the other person they know and recognize. And this is good especially for local restaurants that are in business and are well recognized within the community and respected, or other businesses that have been longer around than you. Also, it helps with increased word of mouth, because even if you have past members that love the experience but maybe change gym or location or whatever, if they see your ad, they start to more actively think about you and therefore refer more business to you, even if they're not directly coming to your gym. And then again, you have the SEO benefits. So the more local events and content you produce that links back to your website in any shape or form, the better you rank organically. So first, you have to identify what are the key local content themes. This could be local events, and different partnerships. Joint partnerships work great. This could be charity runs, community wellness events, local sponsorships. And it's ideal to partner with local businesses to co-host these events. First, to get more visibility if you have adjacent audience. Second, to split costs. And third, to create more content with different people. It's always good to have that. It's also great to do the member spotlights and local success stories. Again, a simple interview with one of your members, or if it's somebody that is well recognized within the area, you just take a photo with them, tag them on social media, and highlight the story, of course, portraying it in a good light. You can do also localized fitness challenges. You can call it the name of your city. I used the example of Boca Raton. You can call it the Boca Raton Fit Mom Challenge. Now, for example, all the moms that are in Boca Raton are thinking, oh, this is a challenge for me. You can organize it around a specific event in the area. Maybe it's a charity run. So you can pair a fitness challenge that you're running in your gym to an event that is up and coming, so people would be preparing for that. Again, having local content always leads to higher engagement because of its relevancy. And once you identify the key themes, it's how you get your community involved. It's how you start to promote it. Always, we love to start with video content just because it's easy to consume medium, it's easy to produce, and it also speaks volumes in terms of who you are. An image can say one word, a video can say 1,000. So you can have event recaps, like a short reel of what happened behind the scenes. You can have member interviews, like I said, or even live streaming of what's happening in and outside of your gym and the events you're participating in. You can locally boost those with $2 a day each, and you're going to be getting as much exposure in the area as possible, as people would be positively associating you with the brand that is recognized locally. And here you can also leverage hyper localized Instagram stories and reels. There you can target specific locations and cities, and by tagging those events that you're running, in-house events, or even your regular workouts, you can be featured in the daily stories of the city and therefore drive local traffic. You can also create localized reels, and many people follow the hashtag of the city they live in just to get new ideas for restaurants, for gyms, for places to go. So this is a great way to get more visibility. Instagram announced this feature in 2022, but I see that people haven't caught up to that and they're not even using it nowadays. So that's why it's a good reminder to have it. Make sure you always include like local sites in the air or something that is popular and people are often visiting, or a sightseeing location that is often reviewed. And just by having it and having maybe even some sort of a call to action every now and then would allow you to capture local traffic and people that respond to the stories. Usually polls work great for those types of offers because it's easy and low-hanging fruit. You don't want people to fill out a complete form, but just click on the poll yes, no, and therefore you can contact via DM the people that engage. Another strategy that's very good for becoming a local celebrity is to leverage local influencers. And I mean people that maybe review food, maybe are reviewing like fashion stores, whatever is their occupation, whether it's lifestyle or this specific influencer, they got to be well recognized within the area. They don't have to have hundreds of thousands of followers, maybe even if they have 5 to 6, 7,000, or even if they're just doing great content and it's something that you vibe with and you associate some of the beliefs and values they have to your brand. It's great to create a co-partnership with them, invite them to your classes for free, feature them in your content, and even have them review your services, because having a partnership like this first feels authentic, second is relevant to their audience, and third, it helps you get more visibility, become the local celebrity, you get their brand recognition and association with them, and also gives you the opportunity to do collaborative paid campaigns where you can amplify the content to their audience, to your audience. So this way both of you can benefit. Another great thing is using strategic hashtags and geotagging to boost visibility. Again, you can use local hashtags such as city fitness, city gym, city yoga, and city, you just replace it with your city, obviously. You can have your own branded hashtags. This is a great way to pick up momentum once things are going for you. So the branded hashtags, for example, could be Boca Raton Gym Challenge or whatever is the name of your club. It's a great way to keep a feed organized in a way, and especially if you have this promo going on, you can feature it on the TV in your gym and have the hashtag just rotate videos and images of that, and it helps create that, you know, movement and excitement within people. So it's a great way to boost visibility. Geotagging, like I said, just tag specific locations within your area that are getting high foot traffic. That's usually restaurants, bars, hotels, and sites that you have in the local area. You can tag them in your posts. Sometimes they might feature you back, and this way you get extra visibility. Another thing to have is boost community inspired content. So for example, if you're having some sort of giveaway or a campaign with a local partner, you can promote those contests and giveaways and even offer free incentives for people to participate. So to give you an example, if you run a refer a friend campaign where both the referrer and the new member receive a free class or hold a giveaway for a free membership a month, where one lucky winner gets it and they have to tag their friends below in the comments is a great way to boost the engagement. These have worked well in the past. What we've seen nowadays, because so many people do it, that it needs to be a high ticket item they're getting, whether it's going to be a cash reward or an iPhone or AirPods, something that is tangible. And we usually like to do those in a longer duration, but they still work great. These are just some ideas for what you can give as a part of your Refer a Friend campaign. User-generated content is the best. I know sometimes as a gym owner, it's very hard to get yourself organized around doing content, but your members are in your gym every single day. They are there with their phones, cameras, interacting, posting on social media. So the more you can engage them and even have them tag your studio, gym facility, or even share the content with you so you can repost it, is a great way to get more first check-ins, more visibility, and create UGC campaigns where you have constantly new ads to cycle through and link back to the ideal target audience. And especially given that your members, we're going to attract more members like them, it's a good way to have them as the face of your gym. Another strategy that people are often sleeping on is Google Ads. Google Ads allow you to target potential members precisely when they're searching for fitness solution, making it one of the most direct and effective ways to drive traffic, leads, and conversions to your gym's websites. And down below, I'll outline how to set up, optimize, and integrate Google Ads with your local gym website to ensure you get the highest return on investment from your campaigns. Now, why Google Ads are so crucial for local gyms? First, unlike other forms of advertising where you're interrupting people as they're watching content for entertainment or spending time with their friends, Google Ads are search intense, meaning people are already actively looking for a solution to their problem, such as where can I find gym near me or personal training in Boca Raton. This makes the traffic more valuable because the intent to purchase is high. And most gyms that rely heavily on website traffic or even organic search traffic are used to have super high conversion rates because the people are already in a buying mode and they're just actively scanning for solutions. So you just got to be positioned there. Also, you get immediate visibility. Organic search engine optimization takes time, but Google Ads can give you instant visibility on first page, and you have immediate measurable ROI because Google Ads provide you detailed data on clicks, conversion costs. Just like Facebook, it's super easy to run them, nothing complicated there. Here are a few key elements that you should include before you run your Google Ads campaigns to ensure they're successful. First, you want to make sure you have a dedicated landing page specific offer that is targeted towards that Google campaign. Never run that traffic to your main page on the website just because there's so many options and people don't know where to click. You want to always drive traffic to a specific landing page where you can collect name, phone, and email to always contact those members and bring them to your facility. You can even have service-specific landing pages such as personal training, group fitness, yoga, whatever you have to offer. The more specific the landing page, the better the conversion. You can also have offer-specific pages. So for example, you can have a free month campaign, free workout, free challenge, whatever is the current offer you have. If you have a specific landing page around that, always works great. And ensure that you have consistent messaging. Whatever you say on the ad, you want to make sure it matches on the landing page. You don't want to have an offer saying get 50% off and then they click on the ad and they see, oh, it's a free trial. You want to make sure that you don't have a mismatch of campaigns. This is an example of gym advertising in LA, and this is the landing page that they're driving traffic to. So you can see as soon as you click, they're promoting a free one-day pass. You can join or schedule a visit, and then they give you details about what you're going to get as part of their facility. So that's why you want to always ensure that you have strong call to action, lead capture forms. Now, prominent call to actions, meaning large buttons, clear information, and directly guiding the user to what they need to do. Make sure, again, the forms are short and effective. Like this is a great example here. First, last name, email, and phone number. That's it. You don't need anything else. You also want to have a clear value proposition. Your website landing page, it should clearly communicate why your gym is the best option for local fitness enthusiasts. This means emphasizing your unique value proposition and incorporating local elements that resonate with your audience. Often I see a mistake here of gym owners make is that they put these fancy quotes of inspiration, motivation, logo, slogans, but they don't really appeal to the problems that their audience experience. So put yourself in the shoes of one of your members and what are the reasons why they're visiting your gym, and make sure your website addresses those. Make sure you highlight your unique offerings, whether that's going to be clean facility, individual attention, one-on-one classes with a certified personal trainer, nutrition support. Make sure you include those, because if you just rely on the people to show up and you show them how good you are, it's going to be very hard, because people nowadays, they don't want to go out of their house. They just prefer researching all the information available on the web before making their decision. Second is localize the content. Make sure you use local specific language. Have social proof, have videos, have pictures, have as many testimonials as you can, have member testimonials, written, visual, even screenshots from Google, from Facebook. As much as you can get, the better. Next, you want to make sure you add Google review widget, so you can first get more reviews from your existing members, but second, people like to research businesses before they make their purchasing decision by going and reading other people's reviews, looking at the 1-star, at the 5-star, at the 3-star, just to get a feel for what are some of the potential hidden things that they could expect from that business. So this is an example. New gym in Santa Monica, get a free 1-day pass. Icon Fit synergizes science, elite training, exceptional service, and unique atmosphere. West LA's new high-end fitness experience. Our gyms have everything you need. So as you can see, they're positioning themselves as an elite training facility. They're using words as exceptional, unique. So you know it's going to be a premium gym. It's not going to be the local mom and pop shop. So this is just an example. And the great thing about Google is that it gives you other keywords that people are searching for. Luxury gym in Santa Monica, best gyms in Santa Monica, John Reed Fitness, Santa Monica Gym Day Pass. So now you know what keywords you can target first with your content, second with your ads. Now, when it comes to setting up the Google Ads campaign, there are a few things that are important. First is the keyword research and targeting. And just like you would normally go and research keywords before you set up your website, you will do the exact same thing, searching for local keywords that have high intent traffic for people that are looking to attend one of your classes, or also having negative keywords. So for example, if people are looking for gyms with childcare and you're not providing that, you want to make sure that you exclude your gym from people searching for that, because you don't want to pay for traffic that you can't utilize. Next, you want to make sure the ad copy is localized. Again, I'm going to use this as an example. New gym in Santa Monica. It's very simple. You know, now there's a new skin on the block and it's very location specific. So it's again, the copy directly speaks to me. The goal is to grab the searcher's attention, communicate your gym value, and encourage them to click. I wouldn't call it new gym, but I would call it exclusive new gym in Santa Monica, or luxury new gym in Santa Monica, because this is how they want to position themselves. And by having a new gym here, it doesn't really tell you a lot. So this is the only thing I would change. So for headline, clear benefit driven headlines such as join the best gym in Boca Raton, get your first month free. Make sure you always include the local city, the neighborhood in the headline to make the ad more relevant to the searchers. Highlight what makes your gym unique. So whether it's a free trial membership, conveniently located, free parking, whatever is the thing that you stand out with, you want to have it in here. Again, call to actions, I'm not going to go in a great detail. Another thing that's super important is the ad extensions. The more information you have on a website as far as location, call, promotion page, you can have those as an extensions. And let me show you what an extension really is. As you can see here in the ad, we have the headline, then we have the text below, we have the phone number, and down below we have success stories, why Anytime Fitness, employee wellness program, free 7-day trial pass. So these are called extensions. So the more extensions that are relevant to the potential members, the better it's going to be, because they can click on multiple links instead of one. They're going to be driving cheaper traffic to our location. So we want to at least have location, call extension, site link. This is helping you to navigate things such as pricing, class schedule, about us, information that they would be looking for. Current promotions is a great one to have, because people are always looking for a deal. Everybody's love a good deal, even if they are well off financially. And this is just an example of how we would do that. For tracking and optimizing your Google Ads campaign, you want to make sure that you have your Google Analytics set up, your Meta conversion tracking set up, because this way you're going to be able to see how your campaigns are converting. You can have phone call tracking. This is automatic within Google Analytics, but it's a great way to, again, see how your ads are performing. You always want to be, again, A/B testing. The great thing about Google Ads is that you don't have to create so many new variations and offers such as Facebook and Instagram, because of the longevity on the platform and the search intent. So you're not forcefully making people watch your content. It's more so when people are searching for something, you're providing a solution, but you at least want to test every couple of months different ad variations to always ensure that you have a relevant offer for the seasonality or for the period of the year. And you can also always test the ad copy, the landing page test, to see what performs better, because even a small tweak can double the members you're getting from that specific marketing campaign. Next thing that bring even more traffic and more members to your facility is secondary websites, specific services only. So for example, if you're a gym, a CrossFit gym, but you also have nutrition challenges, you have recovery sessions, and you have, for example, a supplementation protocol, you can set up individual websites that could go in great detail explaining those and drive traffic locally. I've seen this implemented successfully for challenges, for personal training, for group classes. So once you have established your website, once you have the content cadence, once you're getting enough members from all the previous traffic sources we've listed, adding a secondary website is a great way to first create a symbiosis and link back to your first website. But second, to capture traffic that else you would have lost, because people, when they're looking for something like a weight loss challenge, they often think that they need to have a separate provider and not a gym facility. Again, improved SEO, higher conversion rates. This is an example of one in Santa Monica. This is like a challenge website. And as you can see, this is a gym, but they offer 60-day transformation challenge. And the page they've made is specific to that challenge only. They have a clear call to action. Sign up now for your free challenge. And here's some key elements to include in your secondary website. First, make sure it's service-specific content that speaks to your target audience. Second, make sure you add detailed service descriptions. Make sure you provide extensive information, whether that's going to be personal training, yoga, boot camps. You want to make sure you explain it. And as you can see down below here, they explain everything in a FAQ. When does the challenge start? How does it work? What about the current members? How can I sign up? How can I track my progress? Also, you want to make sure you include use case scenarios just so people can associate who is it good for. So if it's a weight loss challenge, you can say a deal for seniors, beginners, athletes, whoever's the target audience. And you also want to make sure that you have local focus. Again, here I wouldn't go as narrow as the neighborhood because it's more specific. So if it's a weight loss challenge, I'm going to go weight loss challenge Texas. I'm not going to go into the specifics of the actual neighborhood or go even more granular because, it just gets harder. So if I'm going, for example, for targeting, I'm not going to go just the neighborhood name. I'm going to go as far back as the city name. So I would go, for example, weight loss challenge in Houston. So now I can target broader area because I offer a specific service, and people are more likely, if they're looking for something that is very specific, to drive down. Whereas if it's just a gym service or personal training or something that is readily available everywhere, they're more cautious when it comes to driving and going back and forth. And also, if it's something that they need to visit the gym once and you can sell like one-off package where they don't have to drive every day, like you can target a wider area. And if you're obviously selling something that would require for them to attend your facility regularly, then you want to make sure that you narrow down the words you use within your SEO optimized pages. Again, same thing as you would do with optimization of the other websites. You want to use Google Keyword Planner, Ahrefs, SEMrush to identify some keyword research opportunities, include those in your website, and have also clear visuals, add visual content, maybe winners, some members that were successful with your challenge, just so people can see what it's going to be like. You can have service demonstrations if that's personal training, if it's body scans, whatever it is. You can add as much information about those as possible. Again, utilize the geotagging, utilize local celebrities, use as much things as you can stack in your favor. And you can have location pages for multi-location gyms. So you can have the Google Maps integration again. You can link between those websites. And how do you market them? Pretty much like you would market your normal website. You create a Google My listing. You create a Google My Business listing just for the secondary website. So now you can even rank multiple websites within the local search, and you have service specific GMB profiles. So for example, you might have a weight loss challenge Santa Monica, then you would have personal training Santa Monica, then you would have a yoga studio Santa Monica, and you would have multiple websites on top of your personal that are all fighting for that traffic. So you can show with multiple websites within the top 3. Again, you would want to encourage reviews from your existing members or people that are just benefiting from that service alone, because it would be so much more relevant. And again, for link building, you can use local partnerships, local businesses to refer back to you. That's a great way to get going. And guest blogging is also another great way. So for example, if you have a yoga studio, there's mindset and holistic coaches in the area. It could be a vegan restaurant. There's like many ways to find a symbiosis of bringing more traffic. And social media promotion, of course, is one of the best, and it always will be. You can even create a separate Facebook, Instagram page and create content off of that. It's great because you can cycle your advertising first from the niche content or the secondary website. And then once that kind of starts to die down, you can go back to your main offer, your main website and your main gym page and advertise from those. So now you have multiple entities that you can advertise from. account, and also protect yourself from competitors coming in and stealing your ads all the time. So the more you have, the more diversity you have. Even Facebook shuts down one, you always have a second option, third option, fourth option. All depends on your model. This is a bit of a more complex strategy, but this is how you build the moat locally and ensure you have a high traffic gym of attracting members and going up to 4, 5, even 600 members through that strategy. You can have service focused posts. You can create content specifically for yoga, for personal training, whatever it is that you're promoting. And again, local hashtags are great here. Another often neglected strategy is texting and SMS marketing, and more specifically database reactivation. As gym owners, we keep on accumulating leads, prospects, past gym members, but we often have that list sitting somewhere in a corner on our hard drive or in our CRM, but we never make conscious effort to reactivate those members, and we're always in a constant search of new members, new leads, new strategies. And the reality is that if you already have a database of over 500 members, you ideally have at least 30 reactivated customers every quarter. So here's why texting and SMS marketing is crucial. First, it gives you immediate action. Second, it reaches their inbox. Third, it gives you personalization, meaning that you can curate specific campaigns depending on the level of activity of the member, whether they're just a lead or a past member or current member that you want to introduce to a new offer. And the best and easiest low-hanging fruit for any gym owner watching this now is the reactivation of the dormant leads. So what are the fundamentals of SMS marketing for gyms? First, you have to build and maintain a clean SMS database. So it's important that whenever you have a phone number that is not a correct one, there's a misspelling or just a fake number in general, you want to make sure you remove those off your list. High bounce rate might block your number. Second, you want to make sure you have a clean opt-in process on all your lead forms. You have a consent form by asking people to opt in for receiving texts and explaining how you're going to use their data. You have segmentation. The more relevant the campaigns you send, the higher the open rates, the lower the complaint rates. Make sure you don't overspam the database. Make sure you keep it clean. That's why you need to regularly remove contacts who've opted out. You don't want to send them double, triple messages, and also outdated, incorrect numbers. This helps ensure your campaigns reach the right audience and remain cost effective. For example, if the people are signing up for a free trial and they say they don't want to receive text updates for anything else, make sure you don't send anything else they'll be complaining, flagging you, and might even escalate. It's super important to choose the right SMS platform. There's many out there. We're personally using Go High Level as it allows for automations, two-way texting, and scheduling predefined campaigns. As soon as a lead opt-ins, they start receiving text messages, automations, and then our AI assistant, as soon as somebody replies, takes on the conversation and even books them in our calendar. So here's some key features to look for in a platform. Look for automation for follow-up messages, two-way communication for member interaction, appointment reminders, analytics to track open rates, click-through rates, and responses. So these are super crucial for the platform you're looking for. And make sure that the platform integrates with your existing gym management software so you can automatically send messages based on member behavior, such as classes, attendance, or missed visits. You ideally want to have an API integration, and Go High Level does that for us. So here's some strategies for reactivating your database. The easiest and best way to do it is to have a win-back campaigns for inactive members. And there's two ways to go about it. One is offer-based messaging, to send an exclusive offer to lure inactive members, such as free week of classes, discounted membership, or even a comeback train for free for a day type of offer. Seasonal challenges also work great. Also, reminder-based messaging works great, sending a friendly reminder, no promotional reminders that you missed them, you're available to help them, you're just curious how they're doing without having an actual campaign. And here's just an example for members who haven't visited in 60 days. Hi, Josh, we miss you at Boca Raton Gym. Come back to train for free this week, no strings attached, just reply yes and we'll book you in. Super easy. Just wanted to say hi, or you can even introduce yourself with the owner name at the bottom. So lead reactivation campaigns. If you have database of leads, make sure you nurture those. Time sensitive offers works great. Every quarter you can run a seasonal campaign for a challenge, summer challenge, back to school challenge, new year challenge. These work great. Appointment reminders and follow-up. These are pretty self-explanatory. You can have even member referral campaigns via SMS. So for example, you can have a bring a friend and get a 3-month type of promotion with an easy referral link included in the text. So it's super easy as you blast your current list for them to refer that message to a friend. And if they join together, obviously your database, and system will track who the referrer is. And this way, both of them can win memberships. You can have class and event reminders. These are always great to make sure that you keep the attendance high. Obviously, you don't want to overdo it. Maybe for specific classes that are more exclusive, or you have limited number of slots where you can't afford to have people as no-shows, you want to have those included. Another thing that works great is exclusive member offers and flash sales, giving member-only discounts, or special promo for Black Friday. These always work great, and we always try to limit the capacity, say it's discounted at 50% for the first 20 only. And reactivating the database is also like a good way to keep maximizing your existing members. One way to keep your members engaged is to show that you value their input by sending SMS surveys or polls. So for example, you can ask the members what classes they'd like to see more of, what type of challenges they're interested in participating in, maybe even sending a feedback request if you have like a form that they can fill out on a monthly basis, giving you a feedback on how your gym's performing and how you can improve the experience for them. Keeps you on top of mind. Make sure you follow the compliance and best practices in SMS marketing. Every provider and country has different specifics, so I don't want to go in detail here, but twilio.com offers an extensive guide per country where you can see how exactly it works. But you always want to make sure you get consent to be sending those text messages out. You have clear opt-in instructions, respect the opt-outs, and you have clear opt-out instructions such as keywords. It's mandatory that every message includes reply, stop to, and subscribe. And make sure that the timing and frequency is not overwhelming. Make sure you're not bombarding your audience. Make sure you're not sending too many messages. Once a month, twice a month max is a good number to be looking at. And also be mindful of best times to send. Don't send late at night, early in the morning. Just usually choose time between 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. This is reasonable. And again, maximum would be 4 messages a month, and you'd want to try at least to have 1 a month. Next on our list is referral marketing and internal campaigns. And referral programs are one of the most valuable resources to tap into your existing members, because they can help you spread the word about your gym to their friends and family and colleagues. And when combined with strategic internal campaigns, you can create a system that keeps your current members engaged while constantly attracting new ones. Now, why referral marketing? First, it's super low cost and very high return. It's no cost out of pocket almost. Then you have super high trust and credibility from the existing members. They're raving fans, and they do all the selling and the work for you on your behalf. And it improves member retention. If you are going to the gym with a couple of your friends, the likelihood of you quitting is so much lower than if you're going by yourself. So that's why it's super important to use that as both keeping the members and attracting new ones. So how to design a gym referral program? This is an example of World Gym. If you refer a member, you get a shaker bottle. Refer 2 members, you get a free gym bag. If you refer 4 new members, you get a $100 Visa gift card. What we've seen work extremely well is cash. People love cash, and just the fact of you handing them a dollar bill is so much nicer than free shaker bottle. So we always want to incentivize our members with they value the most. So by creating a referral program, I'd even personalize it. So for example, if I know a member loves to go to a specific restaurant, I might offer this as an incentive specifically for them. And if somebody else likes, for example, to go hiking and doing like trail runs or something like that, maybe I'll buy their event ticket for a local trail run. So a well-structured referral program should be simple, rewarding, and easy. So you want to have clear and compelling incentives. Don't make it overly complicated. They got to bring you one member. You got to do a 3-way chat or 3-way call with them. You get rewards for both the referrer and the one that is a new member. So everybody wins. Want to make sure that the new members are incentivized as well. And you also want to have tiered rewards. People love to compete by having different tier rewards. You have different levels of participation. And again, if you recognize those members within your weekly newsletters, within your facility, within the promo materials you have displayed internally, that would be an incredible way for you to promote that as an action. For example, for us, we had bronze ambassador for somebody that brought in 2 people. So whenever they were having a post-recovery shake in our club, they were drinking from bronze cup. For the ones that brought in 5 people, they were a silver ambassador. So they drank shakes, silver cups, and then gold ambassadors, that would have been 10 cups. It would have been 10 referrals, sorry. We want to keep the process as smooth as possible. Again, ideally have a referral link. You can embed it in your newsletters. This is an example from F45. And how to keep it frictionless, have digital referrer forms online. Again, super easy, name, phone, email, that's all you need. Referrer links, so everybody has their unique ID that they can send to friends, and we can track that. We're an automated system. And make sure that we consistently promote our referral program, because no matter how good it is, if you don't remind your members that such a program exists, they'll never participate. So you want to make sure that you have it as part of your in-gym promotion: posters, flyers, digital displays within your gym, reminder to your members about the referral program. You can also train your staff to mention the program during interactions with members, and especially classes and personal training sessions, as these are more intimate. You want to have it as part of your email campaigns. So as you're sending regular email reminders about your referral program, highlighting the rewards and success stories from members who've already participated, this is a great incentive. Social media promotion is also a great way to introduce your referral program. So you want to make sure that you have it visible in as many places as possible. Now there's referral and tracking reward fulfillment. So ideally you want to automate as much of it as possible and keep track of it. If you do it in a notebook or just try to remember, as the numbers scale, people start to get lost in the process, and the effectiveness of your program falls through. So you ideally want to use a third-party software that can help you for that, or even through your gym management software. There's plenty out there that already have that as part of their functionality. And make sure you have timely reward fulfillment. As soon as somebody brings a member, you want to incentivize and give them the money now. You don't want to do it at the end of the month. You don't want to recognize them in a month, 2 months, 4 months, or in your quarterly event. You want to make sure if somebody brings a member today, they get recognized maybe in front of the group class, or during the personal training session, or your admin staff supports them and hence the reward, or you as the gym owner, if you're there, it's also a great way. Make sure you also implement internal campaigns to increase member engagement and acquisition. So member challenges and competition work great. We do internal fitness challenges because these get the excitement and the community within your gym to get going, and seasonal challenges have always ran tremendously well for us. So the way we do it is Summer Slim Down Challenge, Winter Wellness Challenge, and we ran it across all our clubs. We had an event to promote it, and we also had an event to finish off with recognition with different teams, and we would have different color teams with different t-shirts, and would create a competition between the different personal trainers and their internal teams. So it created like a high morale, and is a great way to boost visibility. Make sure you offer enticing prizes for participants who reach their fitness goals, such as free memberships, personal training sessions, gift cards, local businesses. These all work great. For us, we've decided to give cash. That's why we do cash reward challenges. Even now, all the gyms that participate in our network can get access to our fulfillment system, where we give you nutrition, accountability, fitness challenges that you can plug your gym members to. There is a monthly pot of $10,000 that you can participate with your members to compete, and it's like a great incentive to bring more members actively. So if you're interested in learning more about that, make sure you click the link below, fill out the info, and we'll get in touch. All right. Then we have social media integration. Make sure somebody reaches a level within the challenge, maybe they get started on a challenge, you want to make sure that you recognize them on social media. For the bring a friend days also, you want to make sure you have those introducing other members to be part of your community, and have the availability for your existing network and your existing members to invite people to maybe the onboarding of the challenge, to learn about the challenge on day one. And you also want to have regularly scheduled events, so special classes for guests, member rewards, member recognition. If you have more of those, your programs are going to be so much more effective. So just to give you an example, a gym runs a quarterly Bring a Friend Day, offering a special group class followed by a social event where members who bring a friend receive a free smoothie from the gym's cafe, and a friend who joins on the spot gets a discounted first month of membership. So this is like a great way to incentivize everybody that participates. People love to win, and having something like that is a win-win for everybody. You can also have loyalty program with different points depending on how many sessions they've attended, how many workouts they've been part of, and you can have a point-based system where members earn points for attending classes, referring friends, purchasing merchandise, or participating in gym events, and points can be redeemed as rewards such as discounts, free services, or even gym swag. You can also have tiered membership benefits, so you can offer tiered rewards based on membership length or participation level. For example, members who've been with the gym for a year might receive a free training session, while longer-term members could earn premium rewards like a complimentary month of membership, free swag. You can think of whatever I've listed up until now and add it in that program. Some exclusive member events, you can do member-only workshops. You can offer special fitness workshops and seminar exclusively for your members. These could cover topics such as nutrition, injury prevention, advanced training techniques. Social events always work great, whether it's going to be barbecues, outdoor group activities. These events strengthen the bond between members and staff, fostering a stronger sense of community. And here's an example of a member appreciation day with a free fitness workshop, guest speakers, and raffle for prizes. You can invite even like local guest speakers from the nearby businesses, and members are again encouraged to bring a friend to the event, and both the member and the guest receive a discount on the services if a friend signs up. So this is like a great way to introduce that. And then you also have tracking of the success of the referral marketing and internal campaigns, because these things cost money, maybe not as much as paid advertising, but you always want to make sure that you monitor the referral signups, the retention, what are the people getting incentivized by, what is the thing that moves the needle for the business, and do more of it. And then the things that don't work, obviously you do less of it. You also want to track the members that they bring. Are they high value members? Do they stick around for longer, or are these the ones that just show up for the free stuff and then they leave? Because if that's the case, maybe in your area it's not ideal to offer such promotions where you offer free incentives. Maybe you want to give a discount, maybe you want to do like a bundle where if they buy a year ahead they would get a 2 months off or something like that, but you don't want to play around with offering free stuff if that doesn't lead to retention for your business. Local partnerships is another great way to boost your visibility in the local community and get as much business as you can possibly ever imagine. If you've established 10 local partnerships with businesses in the area, I promise you more than 50% of your members will be coming through that traffic source. And I know it requires more time in the beginning to set it up, but as soon as it starts kicking in, it's something that you can't simply stop. It enhances your brand presence and it creates a stronger sense of community connection. It is super important because you can integrate your community and you can already benefit from giving them different options to benefit from other services. So as an example, I would go to the local providers such as massage parlors, chiropractors, wellness cafes, and I would get their complimentary offer and I would put up as part of my package. So for example, if somebody joins a challenge or joins my gym, they would also get access to a free visit to the chiropractor, for example. Maybe not a free visit, but a discounted visit or a voucher for something. So this way I'm always referring business to other people with every single new customer I get, and it builds goodwill, but in turn it brings a lot of members my way. This is a super cost-effective way because instead of spending large amounts of money on traditional advertising, partnerships enable you to grow your customer base through organic cross-promotional strategies that don't break the bank. Identifying right local partners for your gym. To create successful partnerships, you must identify what is complementary to your gym services and target audience. So super important to choose the right partners, and I'm going to list a couple of those. So first, you have health and wellness businesses. These could be local yoga studios, Pilates studios, chiropractors, massage therapists, nutritionists, health food stores, wellness centers, and physical therapy clinics. And here's some partnership ideas around those. You can offer exclusive discounts for your members at their business and vice versa. For example, a local chiropractor could offer your gym members discounted treatments while you offer their clients a free personal training session at your gym. Another option would be restaurants, cafes, and juice bars. There you can have juice bars, smoothie shops, farm-to-table restaurants, vegan or vegetarian cafes, and meal prep companies. You can organize events like workout and smoothie sessions where members can enjoy a discounted post-workout smoothie at a local juice bar, cross-promote each other businesses, social media, and in-store signage. Another great way to partner with local businesses with retailers and apparel stores. And here you can have sporting goods stores, athletic apparel shops, fitness equipment retailers, and shoe stores. You can host joint events like Shop and Sweat, where customers who make a purchase at the store receive a free class or personal training session at your gym. In exchange, you could offer their customers exclusive discount on fitness gear, or you can even run a pop-up shop at your location where members can purchase their apparel, driving business to the retailer. You can establish also corporate partnerships because many companies are focused to promoting wellness to their employees. So this is a great way to build more relationships. Usually a company has, especially if it's a big company, they have a high turnover of employees. So they would be onboarding 20, 30, sometimes even 40 new employees per month. And this is a great way for you to get introduced to those, as you can be part of their welcome package. So if a new employee receives a welcome pack that contains swag of the company and things like that, you can plug into your free month of membership or free workout package or whatever you can think of. But this is like a great way. And this could be small local businesses or corporations with focus on employee wellness. Obviously for the corporations, you can work into something as a welcome package, whereas for the local businesses, you can run small workshops for their staff, things like that. You can offer corporate discounts on memberships, on group classes. Like I said, organize wellness workshops, fitness challenges for their employees, and provide on-site fitness classes and consultations. We have a case study we ran this type of offer, and we onboarded 130 new customers through that campaign, partnering with a multinational company that had 7,000 people, and all earning above average income. And we were able to promote through their entire email list and database our services, and it was all through establishing a partnership and thinking of that idea in the first place. So you want to be creating and leveraging local partnerships for maximum impact. So this way you can co-host events, create more content, do classes, do pop-up classes. You can do cross-promotion offers and discounts, joint membership discounts. If they join your club, they get access to XYZ and the other partners' location. It's great for referral program. Like, there's many ways you can go about it. Social media cross-promotion, again, great way to get more visibility, promote each other pages. Collaborative challenges and programs work well also because it's something new and exciting, and members always love new and exciting things. They get bored after a while. So if you've been in business for a while and things are stagnant, this is a great way to spice things up. And how to track the success of local partnerships. This is super important. You want to make sure you monitor referral traffic and leads. So for example, if it's a one-way relationship where you're sending a business a lot of traffic, but they don't send anything back, you'd ideally want to change partners. There's no mutual benefit between the relationship. Obviously, you don't want to keep it. There needs to be reciprocity within it. Now, obviously, if there's mutual benefit and you're bringing a little bit more than they are, that's still okay for you because it costs you nothing and you're still getting free members, but you want to make sure you monitor that, okay? You also want to assess long-term relationship value. Like, that's super important. You make sure that you align with the vision for yourself. You want to make sure that you have non-compete services and products, because if you do, they might start stealing your customers and vice versa, which is not ideal. And last but not least, we have the Loyalty Rewards Points program. This can significantly boost member retention, increase engagement, and drive new member acquisition. These programs incentivize members to stay consistent with their workouts, reward them for referring friends, and encourage them to participate more actively in your gym's offering. And a well-executed transform the occasional gym goers into loyal long-term members who help promote your business to their net. And I'll walk you through how to design and implement one. This is just an example of Gold's Gym California and how they ran it. They give them different savings cards in local partners depending on how it goes. But why loyalty and reward programs work so well? This is an example from airlines. Everybody does it. I'm sure you've seen the credit card companies implement it. Pretty much every business implements it, because if you have already accumulated a lot of points, you're more bought into the business, and it increases the engagement of the current members, because the reward program encourages members to engage more frequently with your gym by improving their class attendance, buying personal training sessions, or bringing more friends because their status goes up. It also enhances the member experience by offering rewards and recognition. Recognition is super important because people are not usually getting those on a regular basis, and it creates a positive association with your gym, because if every time you reach out to them and they've advanced level or they're being recognized for something, it creates a positive annotation and feeling. It helps you drive new member acquisition as well, because some of the reward structure is linked to them bringing more members. So here's some key elements of effective loyalty and rewards point program. You want to make sure you keep it simple and clear. Earning points is always working great. You have to explain how do they earn the points, what are the things you could add, such as attending classes, booking in-person training sessions, referring friends, making purchases at the gym, or even interacting with your gym on social media. This is like a great way to get more check-ins, more Google reviews. Then it's like, how do they spend the points? Do you have to redeem them within 30 days of accumulation or within a year? You want to make sure you have some sort of a time frame within that they can use the reward structure, because obviously things change, markets change. So you don't want to have somebody that accumulated points 5 years back now come at you asking for it. But the bigger range of reward prices you can offer, the more people are going to be incentivized. Make sure you don't tie it to your gym swag only. Make sure you include things that are appealing to everybody. It could be AirPods, iPads, even like a high price of MacBook. If somebody brings 50 members, this is like a great way, because in terms of business, you would generate so much more from it. But this is an example of a loyalty program that allows members to earn 10 points for every class they attend, 20 points for bringing a friend, 30 points for booking a personal training session, and members can redeem their points for rewards like free guest passes. This is 100 points, so you can get as many as you can. Branded gym apparel, that would be 250 points. A complimentary personal training session, 500 points. These are a little bit high. I would lower it a little bit, but just to give you an idea. 1,000 for maybe AirPods, and then 10,000 at like a MacBook computer. Make sure that the rewards are valuable and attainable. You want to have tiered reward structure, so you offer different things. You want to make sure you have exclusive experiences. Many people are not going to be incentivized by the rewards itself, but if you recognize them as brand ambassadors, ambassadors, silver ambassadors, gold ambassador, platinum ambassador. Many people love the VIP access. For example, you can have them on a priority access where they can register for events earlier, or if you're hosting like a workshop, they sit right in front in that workshop. This is like a great way to do it. Partnered perks is also great. Maybe you can have a bigger, better partner package where you offer multiple services from the local area that's only reserved to those exclusive members who are able to rank advance within your facility. And here's an example. You can partner with a local healthy restaurant to offer members the ability to redeem 300 points for a $25 gift card. That's usually a good way to go about it because members appreciate the variety of reward options and are motivated to attend more classes and bring more friends. Now, again, you want to make sure you have an automated tracking and redemption system. This could be mobile app integration, automatic point collection, notifications and updates that tells them what level they've reached. And as an example, a gym's mobile app tracks members' class attendance, automatically adding points to their accounts after each visit. And the app also sends push notifications when members are close to earning a reward or encouraging them to attend more classes to reach their goal. You can also have referral bonuses to drive member acquisition. There you can have double points, double rewards, and both the referrer and the new member receive points when the new member signs up. You can have time-sensitive bonus. So for example, if you want to push like promo for acquiring more members, you can run referral campaigns where members can earn extra points for referring a friend during a special period. If you're promoting a holiday challenge or holiday promotion, whatever it is, you can get more people sign up that way. You can also track the referrals by using unique referral codes, and each member would have their unique code. We have that within our app. It's super easy to track. And you can also promote your loyalty and rewards points program in your gym. Make sure you have signage, staff involved in the participation of the program. Email and SMS marketing, great way again, sending them updates. And also on social media, make sure you have the member spotlight where all the people that achieved a certain level, they're highlighted within your community. Maybe you can create a Canva post with their new level. You can run social media contests to push more traffic to the particular program you're running. And there's a couple of ways to measure the success of your loyalty program. First, you have the member retention rates. Again, you want to see the members that are required to such type of promotions and campaigns. Are they sticking for the long haul, or they're just freebie seekers coming in for a free month? You can track the member engagement. Are they people incentivized by the current promotion you have going on? And if not, you just change the bait. If it's not effective to offer gym swag, you offer AirPods. Just make sure it makes sense financially, and make sure what is the referral success. Are you getting new members out of the campaign you have? And overall, you want to track the program ROI, and always make sure that you're in the green. You don't want to be spending money that doesn't come back your way. I know it's nice to provide for the community and help everybody, but at the end of the day, you're running a business and you want to make sure it's profitable. And there you have it, friends, the 15 ways to grow your gym using free and some paid strategies that are going to ensure you get consistent members every single day with different channels. You battle seasonality, you battle platform changes, and you're in a complete control of growing your gym. This is a to Z system. You can leverage AI now to have some parts of this system done. And if you're interested in partnering with us to help you grow your gym, whether that's going to be through lead generation, content creation, setting up your website in a way, AI voice assistants, chat assistants, pretty much build a modern day system, this is exactly what we do with Digital Wellness Partners. So click the link below, fill out the info, look at our website, and I'll be more than happy to chat to you. And again, comment down below what you would like to see more of, because this helps me first understand where your head is going in terms of challenges you're facing, and I'll be creating more content around those topics. And again, I'll see you in the next one.